Hello everybody, it's Holavoir. You want to see a very obscurely skilled racing game? San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing for the N64, released by Atari Games in 1996, is a not direct, but is almost complete port from arcade to the N64, and you can tell, I mean, things are just really poorly rendered music-wise, and graphics were cut down a bit, and there's some other things missing from the N64 version as a result. I mean, just listen to the music. Sounds like it's inside of a tin can. But it's just the way it is. We're going to start with, well, I want you to see the magicness of the car racing.
It's dangerous!
You know, when people say that something is dangerous and they shout out loud and scream in danger, that's what this is. You change your color of your car by hitting apparently B.
One, rush!
I also changed the music, but oh, it's not what I wanted to do. A very simple racing game. No goal other than to basically, I mean, it's a level cruising world. Why I like this game are the shortcuts, which I tried to get into one there, but screwed up. The shortcuts are amazing. Also, the other reason this series became super popular, even though this game sort of bleh, is the air. The physics of car racing do not apply to this game at all. But I love it. I love having a floaty car. So it just makes for really interesting, funny moves. Especially in later iterations of the series. But you have to use it to your advantage. That's what I think makes the game a little bit challenging. Not challenging enough to make up for all the shortcomings. But yeah, the sound's just crap. I mean, that graphic right there is a little bit questionable. Like, would I really have just bounced off a bus going 80 miles an hour? Probably not. But I haven't tried it before. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh God. So that's what happens if you crash, and I love it. I love this track too because it's very random as far as like turns and slope, and just trying to like control your car is sometimes the hardest thing. I love this racetrack. Like I'm about to crash into a building. What also helps is the previous knowledge of the track shapes, because otherwise stuff like that can happen. And there are a few hidden, I think there's so much hidden keys in each level, and those hidden keys will unlock the other cars, or another track. But And I'm doing pretty bad here. Oh well. Just wanted to show you the basic gameplay of this game. Even if this is the only race I can complete before the game's over. Let's try to get into this shortcut again. Sometimes the shortcuts themselves breaks down. And you get transported through, you know, infinite abyss, space and time continuum mess. And that's just little quirks of San Francisco Rush. If you can't handle it, then leave. I'm not making you watch this video. Oh yeah. Let's see how much I care at this point. It's fly in my face. Okay, it went away. Find out how to change the music. Oh yeah, that's right, you have to press start. Yeah, logical, right? I want to play the song I voted the worst song on the N64, which it's not the worst song on the N64, but I have to wonder what the composer was thinking. See if I can find it. Right here. It's like, what? First of all, how do you conceptualize that sound effect? And then how do you decide that's going to be made into music? What's the process of like this song being developed? That's what I want to know. This is very bizarre. Die, car. Yeah, die. Well, it's pretty hard to change the direction your car is moving once it's moving. Basically locked in place. I'm in a tribe in San Francisco. Oh boy. Well, I'm starting to get back into the race again. That's good. Die, cars. See, there's not much you can do to try and manipulate their paths. If anything, they manipulate your path. You get pissed off about it. Yeah, I think once I heard this song for the first time, I actually may have convinced me to buy the game. I'm pretty sure I actually mentioned that in the video that I made. But it's not one of my favorite videos anymore, and I just took a shortcut to get into first place, by the way. It's not one of my favorite videos anymore anyway, because I learned a lot of people do not agree with me. I chose songs that are annoying. I'd say it's probably the top 5 most annoying songs on the N64. Probably not the worst songs, though. And that's where I went wrong, essentially. Oh look, I finally didn't crash into a bus on that turn. Oh god! That was actually pretty funny. At least it helps me make this turn for the first time ever. And then the game just has a few issues with just finding who's first place on this turn. I mean, it's another side effect of the fact that this game wasn't completely meant to ever be a console video game. I don't know. What can I say? part. Nope. River time. Oh, that's what you get when you get all the keys in one level. And maybe it's just one level, I don't know. But if you get all the keys, you can unlock, it's the Alcatraz Island racetrack. That's what it is. I've never done that before, though.
What's your name?
And then, you know, if you've seen any of the Angry Video Game Nerd videos, there's a lot of videos that talk about having to write down codes to try and keep your game progress. And this is one of those. And I think the red car was just having a conniption. J, K, L, M. Yeah, okay. Is my car floating?
That's how you spell it.
So I'd enter in my name if I actually cared. Which I don't. So my name will be Carrot87644, right arrow, right parenthesis,
What's your name?
dash underline.
Start with a C.
I'm not actually going to save that information. We'll do part of this track. Track number 1 is the easiest track. It's pretty boring.
1. Rush!
One of the other songs on this game that's sort of annoying. Right here. I mean, if you wanted to hear a song that sounded like the person was depressed when they wrote the song, I mean, go ahead. It's the same guitar riff over and over again. One last thing to note before I end the video for tonight. The other cool thing about this game is that it was modeled after what San Francisco, the city, actually looked like. So you can go, I mean, essentially, at the time in 1996, you would have been able to go to the city of San Francisco and recognize basically most of these roads based on the scenery, which I think is really cool. That takes a lot of time and effort, and I sort of forgive like the simple graphics for that reason. First of all, it's like super challenging to do that. The only other game I know of out there that has any kind of similar thing was a game for the Xbox 360 that came out a few years back, and I don't quite remember the name off the top of my head, but you are able to actually drive around the island of Hawaii, and it's not the island of Hawaii, maybe it's the island of Oahu, and it's the actual like island roads, and while I'm not sure they're perfectly rendered, like you can't just drive up to your house if you lived on Oahu, I do know that like the roads are what the roads are in the actual island. That's pretty awesome. And I'm waiting, you know, I think someday we'll get to the point where we can drive on like actual maps of cities that exist in America. And maybe perhaps, you know, an entire state or more. I think it's possible someday. It would be the biggest feat by a programming company in the world. But goddamn, would I love to play that game. Think about it. Anyway, I'm thinking that I have to end the video, so San Francisco Rush Extreme Racing. And there are 2 sequels on the N64, but I love this series, and you should too. And if you don't, then go fuck yourself. I don't know. Thanks for watching.